was the last film in our Dirk Bogarde season, but on Friday at 6 o'clock, Basil Rathbone's back again as Sherlock Holmes, ably assisted by Nigel Bruce as Dr. Watson, and hampered by an assortment of undesirable characters in The Pearl of Death. The good Mr. Holmes finds both his reputation and his life at stake as he tries to track down the person or persons who are desperately searching for a valuable gem and leaving a trail of corpses. The Pearl of Death is on Friday at 6, here on 2. Tomorrow afternoon's film on BBC1 stars Keith Michell, Adrian Corrie and Peter Cushing in the 18th century adventures of a nobleman who's cheated out of his inheritance. You're invited to join the Hellfire Club tomorrow afternoon at 2:15 on BBC1.
Up North tonight investigates the long-distance labourers of the black economy and their bosses, the Gangmasters.
Put an advert in local paper, Evening Star, and within 2 days, telephone never stopped ringing. All I advertised were casual labour, and people were ringing up, accepting the job without knowing what it was. 400 applicants I got in 2 days. That's how much I need work in Sheffield.
In Lincolnshire, the vegetable and flower growers rely on Gangmasters to provide labour.
I'm a big believer that people, when they're young, if they're taught to work, then they work for the rest of their lives. In actual fact, they're no different to horses. Or dogs. If you train a dog, it's very good. If you let them run wild at 6 months, they're never no good. I think we're the same people are.
The Sheffield gangs may not be skilled, but they're cheap. Though pay can be less than £10 a day, few are in a position to complain.
Up North, tonight at 10:20 on BBC2.
Now, just to put a little more detail on the rest of our evening ahead, in a few moments we take ourselves back once again into the rock and roll years, stopping off this week at 1962, the year when Beatlemania began to bite and the first satellite pictures came across from America. At 8:10, Time Watch takes us back a lot further, to the start of the 18th century, when a mysterious prisoner died in France after 34 years of captivity at various places around the country. He was the man in the iron mask, about whom there's been much myth and speculation, royal connections for instance, but tonight we separate the myth from reality at 8:10. Hawkeye's past catches up with him at 9 o'clock in MASH when things hot up for him as an old flame is posted in. Then there's more difficulty with the fairer sex for Dr. Stephen Dacre at 9:25 in A Very Peculiar Practice. The Up North documentary is followed by Newsnight at 10:50 and Weatherview at 11:35. And that's our Wednesday night on 2. So now, to look back at world events 26 years ago and to enjoy the music of the time, we set off into the rock and roll years.